Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. We've got some interesting stuff coming up today, or in my recording session today should I say. You won't necessarily see it all in one day. I mean, you definitely won't. But the first thing we're taking a look at in this recording session is one that I've been quite interested in because you'll know that I like some rock music if you've watched my channel at all. And I always keep an eye out for the announcements around Download Festival because A, I've never been, but B, I live close enough to it that it would be possible to go if it was a lineup that suited my tastes. A lot of the stuff that happens at Download isn't for me, but if there was one year where I could make it and all of the sort of, you know, all of my favourite sort of styles of music line up, then I would definitely go. So I always keep an eye on the announcements, and this is a band called President, and this is the first song anyone's heard by them, and it's called In the Name of the Father. Now, it popped up on one of the announcements. Nobody had heard of them, but people did some digging, and I read that the sort of copyrights for this name might have been related to Charlie Simpson of Busted and Fightstar fame. But the way that this has been presented to the world is sort of one of these bands that, a bit like Sleep Token and I think Ghost, kind of they don't tell you who they are. They're kind of hidden behind masks or costumes or whatever. And I suppose kind of like Gorillaz back in the day before everyone found out exactly who was behind all of them, which is kind of interesting. Now, I don't know for certain that this is Charlie Simpson. I don't know for certain who any of the people in this band are. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know what genre of music they're making. I don't know if I'm even going to like this song because I wasn't a huge fan of Fightstar. I am a very big fan of Busted though, so we'll see. We'll see if it is Charlie Simpson, whether it's 2 out of 3 positive or 2 out of 3 not so positive. Yeah, so why don't we just hit the intro and get straight into it. Oh, that's a weird mask. Oh, that's weird. So, sorry to pause it so early. Nice scream at the start. The vocal it's been post-processed, right? I'm pretty certain that is definitely Charlie Simpson. It sounds like him at least. Bear in mind, this is someone who, spoiler, did guess him almost straight away when he was on the Masked Singer. So I'm quite good at spotting his voice. Yeah. I think this is going to be quite a lot heavier than I'm used to listening to stuff that he's involved with. Definitely heavier than Busted. That didn't rhyme. That did though.
We all choose to find hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning in a meaningless world.
I'm just going to skip back so I don't miss that, but this feels very much like it's going to be more about the message. I mean, I suppose all of the songs that I've heard that Charlie Simpson has been involved with have been about the meaning. It just depends on if you like the meaning behind them or not. But this definitely feels very political. I mean, they're called President. I've seen the way that they put out their comms to the press. I feel like this is definitely a political statement, and not a statement. But I think it's going to be songs that have meaning, real meaning behind them. Nice drums. This mask is properly tripping me out. It's like half mask, half prosthetic. I wonder if because when he's singing, he's talking about there's no need to scare us, and then when he's screaming, it's scare them. So I wonder. I can't scream, so that's the closest you're getting. So it's almost like the screams are like a different voice or a different perspective. And you know, with the name of the song being "In the Name of the Father," I wonder if it's sort of a take on people using religion as a cover to do bad things. Obviously, not everybody who is religious is bad. Religion inherently is faith in good. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in anything bigger than us. But I don't think there's a harm in other people believing that until they start to use it as a reason for why they do bad things. And I wonder if, you know, this is kind of that, and the singing is people pleading someone in a position of power that you know, not to do things that scare them, and the person in power using this sort of religious undertone to evade what they're doing. I don't know. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting, but there's certainly layers to this song. There's certainly stuff there to be picked apart, kind of like all of the stuff that has come out about them so far being very vague and open and not knowing for definite that it's definitely not Charlie Simpson. But yeah, there's a lot to unpick in this. Ooh. Wow. Oh, I love that bass. The bass synth. Oof. Oh, this breakdown, man. Well, that was certainly very interesting. I think what was quite interesting is, aside from the topics that were discussed and sort of the undertones of the song, which I've discussed at the last couple of times I've paused it, so I won't go too far into that again. But I think in terms of the sound, you can definitely hear influences from you know, metalcore and what Bring Me have been doing for a few years now, but it's not like a rip-off or anything. There's obviously other influences there as well, but I think this sort of electronically influenced metal, with the sort of really, I don't want to call it really clean screaming, but you know what I mean by that. Like, it's a very consistent scream rather than, you know, a really guttural scream. I think that's popular for a reason. I think people like it. I didn't used to like, you know, I was one of those people that was always like, I don't like screamo. And I think as I've gotten older, I enjoy songs with screaming in it a lot more, but I enjoy it when they do the screaming for a purpose or a reason, making sure it adds to the song rather than it just being a whole song of screaming with no redeeming features for me. And this has that. I mean, there's plenty of singing in it as well as screaming. I think you can almost, as I mentioned, say that the screaming serves a purpose in terms of it feels like it's a separate voice in the song. I quite enjoyed that. I still won't be able to go and see them at Download, unfortunately. But I think it's, you know, another string to the bow of Charlie Simpson, which it definitely is. You know, and maybe I will check out some of the Fightstar stuff that I didn't really listen to a lot of, because I only really listened to a couple of songs, decided it wasn't for me. Maybe that's dangerous and I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I'm going to listen to it again later when I've stopped recording. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.